Breakfast. Brunch. Brunchfast. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stop and Flow, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. So our last few videos we've talked about thinking, we've talked about stinking thinking, I'll leave a link, and we've talked about positive thinking, kind of, I'll leave a link. But today I want to talk about Brunchfast because I mentioned in many videos ago, I talked about my power breakfast, and I never got round to talking to you about it, and I wanted to do it today because if we don't eat the right foods, we've talked about before, our energy levels are depleted, and that kind of lowers our chance of having a happy and fulfilled day. So we need to get into the habit of putting good things into our body, especially at breakfast time. And this is my breakfast. Now, I started to eat this when I was going through the menopause. That's why I kind of call it my power breakfast, because it helped me with that. Now, this was... when did I go have the pleasure of that experience? It's probably about 20 years ago that I started, because I started early menopause, so it was a while ago. And I just want to tell you, I did not use HRT, not for any other reason than I just wanted to do other things first to see if I could, to see if other things could help. Not that I knew what I was doing, I clearly didn't, but I tried everything. And I never got to a point where I thought, right, okay, I really need to use HRT. So this was one of those things. Now, for all of these ingredients, obviously, if you're allergic to them or if you don't like them, then you're going to need to change it up a bit. But I'll talk about that as we go along. Let's get started, shall we? I'm sure you're not surprised that this breakfast starts with oats. Just standard oats, oat bran. These are, I use a brand called Mornflake if you're in the UK. I'm sure, you know, as I say, standard oats that you can get from your supermarket wherever you are. I shouldn't use the word standard because oats are packed with fabulous stuff, such as a wide variety of vitamins and minerals and trace elements, zinc, magnesium, lots of iron, meant to help with blood circulation. They're high in protein, they're high in good carbohydrates and fats. One of the claims, or two of the claims, are they're meant to help with inflammation and high blood pressure. Now, there are tons of claims, positive claims for all of these food ingredients. Just Google one or the other of them, and you'll be astounded at the claims made. Well, not just the claims, but what's included in these foods. So it's 2 tablespoons full of oats, okay, and then that's followed with 3 tablespoons full of soy milk. Now, I know soy milk is kind of a bit of a controversial ingredient, I guess, at the moment, but for me the benefits of it outweigh any of the possible negative things that are being talked about. So soy milk is again filled with vitamins and minerals, said to lower cholesterol, helps maintain estrogen levels, which is one of the reasons I included it in my diet. It may reduce your risk of breast cancer, that's one of the claims, and it certainly helped me with my menopausal symptoms. Now, given that everything I was trying, I guess you could say, well, it might not have been that helped you, it could have been something else, or it could be the placebo effect, I don't know. I'm just telling you of my experience, and I felt that introducing soy milk into my diet helped with this. If you don't want to use soy milk, then use almond milk. There's lots of vitamins and minerals in that, especially vitamin E. And if you don't use the ones that's packed with sugar, be careful, because some companies do put sugar in their almond milk. It's low in calories. As I say, I preferred soy milk when I was going through the menopause, but if you're not and you just want to eat an healthy breakfast, then almond milk would be just as good. So you've got 3 tablespoonfuls of that. Next is 3 tablespoons full of Greek yogurt. Now, I'm not precious with the measurements of this. I like heaped tablespoons full. Depends, how much you want to eat. But Greek yogurt is absolutely nutrient packed. It's full of protein. It's full of probiotics, which is particularly good for gut health. But for me at that time, because I wasn't using HRT, and one of the thoughts at that time, I'm not sure if it's still the same, but one of the thoughts at that time was that HRT actually helped to prevent osteoporosis. So because of that and my bone health, I wanted to introduce something that was high in calcium, and so I chose to use yogurt for that reason. I also did some lightweight training too, but yogurt was great in terms of the calcium intake for me. And that's it. You've got 2 tablespoons full of oat bran, 3 tablespoons full of soya milk or almond milk, depending on what you want to use, and 3 tablespoons full of Greek yogurt. Again, I use the low-fat yogurt, nothing added. You don't want anything added, and mix it all up. Now, I meant to put this in the fridge and let it set overnight. I don't do that because I eat this at around about between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. That's why I call it brunchfast. So I make it when I get up and when I remember. So probably around about whatever time I'll make it and put it in the fridge ready for me to eat at about 10:30. I like the consistency it sets to. It sets like a yogurt consistency. And then I add 5, that's what I use for quantity, 5 almond nuts, chop them up and sprinkle on the top. Now, almonds are a high-fat food, but only if you eat them by the truckload, and I only use 5. Actually, I do eat them occasionally throughout the day. So, yes, they might be a high-fat food, but for me, if I feel hungry at all, then rather than eat something I shouldn't, I'll just have a nut. Simple. But anyway, back to this. So chop your almonds up and put that on top. They are high in good fats too, good source of protein and fibre. They're also said to be good for brain health and to improve longevity. Now, these are claims that I'm sure there's research done on it if you want to look it up. But as I say, just Google these ingredients and see what the benefits are. Obviously, if you're allergic to any of these ingredients or if you don't like them, then you can change it around. So we've sprinkled the almonds on top, and then I add pomegranate seeds. These add just a little bit of sweetness because there is sugar in them. But again, the goodness of them far outweighs the amount of sugar you're going to get over sprinkling it over the top, because they are a very powerful antioxidant and inflammatory. And they're also said to help with memory and arthritis and blood pressure and all kinds of other things. So those are the ingredients: oat bran, soy milk, yogurt, almonds, and for me, pomegranate seeds. Now, I have a friend who makes this up, but she doesn't use pomegranate seeds, she uses blueberries, another superfood. You can change it around and mix it up depending on your own taste, of course. But for me, this breakfast helped me all the way through the menopause. It's my summer power breakfast, and it's the only thing I eat for breakfast in summer. Now, I know, given what we talked about when we were talking to Rachel in the Happy Kitchen, link here, that you're meant to, variety is key, and you're meant to change things around. Well, you can do, you could change the nuts you put on, you could change the fruit you put in, you don't have to use nuts, you could use bananas instead, you could mix it up in that way to give you the variety. Then in wintertime I have another power breakfast, but we'll talk about that down the line. So, this was my power breakfast, which became my power brunch first. So it's also slow released energy foods, all of this. So that means that when I've eaten this, I feel far more satisfied than, for example, if I eat, what else, occasionally if I'm out, if we go out for breakfast, I might have a poached egg on toast or something like that. This is much better. You feel far more satisfied for longer. In addition, ladies, to all of these things, all of these ingredients are good for your skin. So, make it, eat it, let me know what you think, and until next time, remember, on the Happy Stuff and Fluff, we are getting happy from the inside out and growing younger. I do hope you like it. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.